Alright guys, I'm ready again to lift this engine. Like I said in the videos before, I raised it one bolt. Now I have to raise it one last bolt. I just came back from the Barrier Islands and I noticed porpoising. This hydrofoil right here is making porpoising and I think it's killing my MPGs. So I'm gonna raise it up the last bolt, see what happens. When I lowered it from the initial volt that I had it on to this one, I saw some huge improvement. So hopefully the last bolt will really help. I know what I need is a jack blade, but I'm trying to avoid to put more weight into this boat, especially in the transom. So let's see how this goes. This is going to be very tough to take out because I have 4200 on it, but I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. It's just adjustments that you have to do when you get a new engine due to weight and horsepower. You don't know how it's going to react with your boat, so adjustments are expected to happen as you learn about your engine on your boat or what needs to be done. Well, at least I have one more bolt to play with. So right now I got pressure on the engine holding the weight. I'm going to take out the bolts. All right, it's off. The glue came out easy this time because it's only been about 6 days since I put the marine adhesive on, so that's why it didn't take that long to take out. All right, I'm gonna start cleaning these up and get it ready again with more 4200 and get it installed again. Still got some seaweed here from Bahamas. All right, so I gotta remove this 4200. Came out real clean back here, and I'm gonna scrape this off right here. I have to cut this right here with a grinder to make it fit. You see this little edge here? So that way the engine can be lifted up. You gotta get a very clean razor so you don't scar up the transom. See how it's coming out? Any corrections you have to do to your transom, try to do it as soon as possible before this gets really hard. Now we're going to clean the holes. Now with a lot of alcohol, I'm going to soak this up. Clean the engine base. I'm going to clean here where the engine's going to go. Alright, it's all ready to go. If you see, this is the cuts that I had to do. I cleaned them up around here, took away the 4200 adhesive out of there, so it looks nice. So yeah, this is the cut that I had to do. I have to cut through here because once this drops out of here, this is gonna touch it. So that's why I had to make this cut right here. All right, it's ready to go. Now I'm gonna put tape around where the engine's gonna go. That way I don't have a lot of excessive 4200 on the engine. All right, I position it with the top hole. But what I need to do now is to avoid of having a mess 4200. I'm gonna tape it like this to avoid big messes. Should have done that from the beginning, I know. All right. right, I'm gonna do some cleaning now. I'm gonna remove that hoist there and put the cover back on and see how it looks after I finish all this. It's nice and very high right now. It's the last bolt. I'm gonna let it cure for about a week and a couple of days, and it should be ready to be tested. I want to test it again on the lake to see how it performs. Right there is the true line of the hull. See that? The delta is right here. That's about 2.5 inches, right through the water intake right there. But right now, as you see, there's about 2 inches. It's about 20 to 22 miles per hour wind. I think this is the wrong day to test, but the convenient part is going to be rough. Look at the white caps. It's going to be just like the ocean. Yep, it's very windy. Let's see how we maneuver to get out of here. Prop clear. Alright, what I did to this engine was I filled the water tank, I got the cooler. And look at that, I filled the fuel tank all the way up, 90 gallons, so that's gonna help on the weight on my test. And I got 3 propellers to test. It's kind of windy to get out of here, and if you see, the ramp is really narrow, so yeah, this is definitely a bad day to test the boat. So it's going to be simulated with the ocean. Look at those white caps right over there. Those white caps. So this lake became the ocean. All right, it's gonna get rough. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, since the wind is coming this way, I'm going to get close to the shallows on the other side of the lake, so hopefully the waves will be lower there. Okay, right now it's all the way down. Picked up pretty quick. No trim tabs. At 30 miles per hour, I'm doing 1.9. I'm gonna go full throttle. I'm getting 6,000 RPM. 37 miles per hour. So keep in mind, right now I'm fully loaded. So if I'm doing 6,000 RPMs with the engine trimmed down, imagine when I'm half loaded I'm probably gonna do 6,200 to 6,300 RPMs. So I have another propeller here that is the Yamaha propeller that came with the boat. It has more cupping. Oh, it's very windy. There we go. Oh man, I'm gonna wear my shoes. I'm gonna take my shoes off. Propellers out. This is the Solus propeller. This one has no cupping. Very little cupping on the propeller, right? Alright, this is a Yamaha propeller. This one has a lot more cupping, so that will bring down the RPMs a little. So let's see how this performs. All right. That one has more cupping. All right. Let's see how this goes. All right, here we go. Picks up pretty fast. Like it's slipping, like it's not enough diameter, so I'm gonna change it now to the 4-blade. I'm at the other side of the lake already. I'm getting kind of hungry already. Here's the 4-blade. I'm gonna try it. Air conditioner's on. Let's see how this works. Alright, this is a 4-blade. Alright, it picks up. Picks up when it's fully loaded a lot easier than before when I was in the Bahamas. Picks up really easy. Wow. Miles per hour, and I'm doing 2.4. Alright, so now I'm gonna give it a little speed. Alright, comes out of the hole with no problems. Only this lake with a little cover. It's too rough. Take off again with the 4-blade propeller. don't feel it like it's spinning. Now this side of the lake is a little more calmer, but I am going against the wind. Alright, I'm anchored here, close to the shallows here. It's about 7 feet, but the wind starts here, so that's why everything's calm. And that's the ramp, about 3 miles away from here. Now I'm gonna cook myself some lunch. I'm very hungry. All right, I got some apple chicken sausages, some onions, the heat of the stove. Put a little bit of avocado oil there. Let it cook there for a little while. There's a couple of boats there fishing. There's another one right there too. It is a very gloomy day. It doesn't inspire anybody to go out there, but today is a test trial. So my 4-blade propeller, surprisingly, did better than the 3-blade propeller. It did higher speed and it did better fuel economy. So that's telling me that I probably need to go higher diameter, and my radius is 14.5. I have a lot of boaters have been telling me to go bigger diameter on the propeller instead of a pitch. That's going to give me more power to push the boat. I will contact propeller specialists to see what they tell me, and hopefully make a call and buy in a propeller. At the Bahamas, the 4-blade did terrible. It couldn't even get out of the hole shot because the engine was lower. So by raising it, I gained 200 RPMs. So the 4-blade propeller is very happy at that point. And like I said, I have all the weight. I have the cooler. There's stuff in the cooler. There's extra fuel, water, and to add more weight to the boat, I added boxes of drinks. So that way I'm doing a fair test, and I have about the same weight as usually I have when I go to the Bahamas. Because I didn't want to buy a propeller because the engine was too low. So I think I'm very happy with the engine now. The steering moves very fast. If I make a sharp turn, the engine does not come out of the water. So that's telling me that that is a good position. So now the job is finding the right propeller. Looking good. Alright, this is lunch. Didn't have the hot dog bread, but this will do. It's potato bread too. Tastes really good. I don't know what it is, but being on the water makes me hungry. avocado oil, and the onions gave it a good flavor. And for dessert, my wife made me a pumpkin pie without the crust. Look at that. A pumpkin pie without the crust. All right, let's try it. See, pumpkin pie without the crust. Tastes really good. No crust. Less carbs. All right, I'm gonna go back to testing the propeller. See how many gallons of fuel I have burned. All right, I have used 8.4 gallons right now. 8.4. And did 15 miles. Total 15 miles, 8.6. That's an average of 1.8 miles per gallon. Before racing the engine, I felt porpoising. Right now, I don't feel porpoising anymore. Look at that. Smooth. The engine is out of the water. Look at this. I'm gonna turn at very high speeds of 30, and look at that. The engine did not come out of the water. The engine stayed inside the water. There was no blowout, so that tells me that the engine is in the right position. Out of the whole shot again. It has a very good hole shot with a 4-blade propeller. But that's all it took. Racing the engine, one more bolt gave me the extra RPMs I needed for that propeller to work. Look at that. At 30 miles per hour, 4,400 RPMs, the engine's not working as hard, and I'm doing 2.4 miles to the gallon. That's really good. I'm getting closer to the 2.6 mark. And that's without the trim tabs. See, I can turn really fast, no problems. There's no blowouts. Perfect. .4 miles per gallon. That is great. I know if I tweak it a little more with a better propeller, I can probably get 2.6 or 2.8. But right now we got 2.4. That's a plus. When I was in the Bahamas, when I was fully loaded, the best I got was 2.1. 2.1. So averaging 2.4, it looks like there's a big improvement there by raising the engine up and putting the 4-blade propeller. And it picks up with no problem. If you guys would like to make a contribution or buy me a beer, please go to paypal.me/out on the reef USA, and also this link will be in the description below, and any small donation will really keep helping making these videos. Thank you for watching, and always navigate safe.